Masons are builders. You're looking at the groundbreaking for $1 million Masonic Memorial Cancer Hospital at the University of Minnesota. But let's flash back. On the 14th of January, 1955, Dr. Carlos Del Plain, a prominent Mason, told 100 members of that fraternity, 1 out of 4 persons dies of cancer. Something must be done to ease their last pain-racked days. Judge Leroy E. Matson, then Grand Master of Minnesota Masons, named a committee to investigate this challenge. The challenge was met. A meeting approved a fundraising campaign to build a hospital on the University of Minnesota campus. On May 20th, Dr. Donald J. Cowling, President Emeritus of Carleton College and Chairman of the Cancer Relief Executive Committee, announced the plan had been approved by the Board of Regents of the university. Business executive Clyde Hegman was appointed chairman.
The committee wants me to tell you that Minnesota Masonry needs your help to raise $500,000 among Minnesota Masons for this wonderful project, the Cancer Hospital.
Well, thank you, Roy. I'll be glad to do my bit for so fine a humanitarian project.
Hegman selected men to head up the various functions of a statewide fundraising organization. The drive was announced to Masons and the public throughout the state by Grand Master Hillier.
No one needs to tell you that cancer is a terrible disease. But most of us do not know how very sad is the condition of persons in advanced stages of cancer and other chronic diseases. And most disheartening of all, practically no hospital facilities now exist for these people. This week, however, Minnesota Masons are launching a drive to raise funds toward building a 50-bed, $1 million hospital at the University of Minnesota for the care of cancer patients who are considered beyond present methods of cure.
Judge Matson elaborated.
This hospital will be given to the University of Minnesota and will be staffed by its medical school. Although we are primarily raising these funds among Minnesota Masons, it should be borne in mind that the hospital is for the relief of all patients who are afflicted with cancer without regard to race or creed.
On the 21st of November, the first Kickoff campaign meeting was held at the Masonic Temple in St. Paul. The response was immediate. Dan Bjorkman of Thief River Falls made the first donation. 3,500 men went to work making personal calls upon brother Masons in their homes. A few months later, a little girl named Mary Kay Matlin brought her $5 Christmas gift to University President James L. Morrill. It brought the hospital fund to $500,000 in cash. Grand Master Otto L. Dunick spoke for the Masons.
President Morrill, we are very happy that Minnesota Masons are fulfilling their pledges so rapidly with cash payments. We are now launching the campaign to raise the last $500,000.
The drive for the full $1 million was intensified all over the state, in Duluth, Hibbing, St. Cloud, Rochester, Minneapolis, Crookston, and in many other cities throughout Minnesota, thousands of Masons made their personal gifts toward the $1 million goal. Job's daughters also worked and gave. Ladies of the Eastern Star worked with willing hearts and hands. They sponsored luncheons, pancake suppers, rummage sales, even waist measuring contests. And at Grand Chapter meeting in May, Hegman received a large contribution from worthy Grand Matron Mildred Dietz and worthy Grand Patron William Brander.
This check of $44,000 represents the work of heart and hand as the members of the Order of the Eastern Star have opened the door of service in their generous support of the Minnesota Masonic Memorial Hospital. It has been a privilege to help lift the horizons of hope for this great cause.
Thank you, worthy Grand Matron Sister Mildred. Minnesota Masonry will be eternally grateful to you and to our people of the Order of the Eastern Star. Masonic Memorial Hospital will afford an opportunity for Masonry to build its temple in the hearts of men.
Yes, a temple in the hearts of men. And by that time, the hospital had been designed. Here was Minnesota Masonry's dream, soon to become a reality. On the 17th of May, ground was broken for the new Masonic Memorial Cancer Hospital. In July, with the foundation well underway, groups of Minnesota Masons inspected progress on the building. Then, on the 19th of October, 1957, with the University Band leading the way, Masons from all over the state marched to the new hospital for the Cornerstone Ceremony. The ceremony was opened by University President Morrill. Grand Master George R. Wilson accepted the invitation to lay the cornerstone.
Thank you very much, President Morrill, for your very kind remarks. Our Masonic people are ever so happy to make their contributions for the construction of this cancer hospital in this great medical center. We thank you very much for your kind invitation to lay this cornerstone today.
The cornerstone was laid in place with full Masonic ceremony by presiding past Grand Master Leroy Matson. This is the Masonic Memorial Cancer Hospital, which will help spread the light of Masonry's sublime teaching into the dark recesses of pain. President Morrill expressed it well.
This magnificent gift, for which the Masons of Minnesota have generously undertaken to meet the full $1 million cost, the university accepts with profound gratitude. It represents a humane and most significant contribution to medical care, to medical teaching and research, and one which the university will endeavor to deserve and to reward by our most dedicated effort.
This report has been brought to you as a record of the past and an inspiration for the future. Minnesota Masons believe that unselfish service to mankind never ends.